Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 28. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 9. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Go. 280!
I'm coming for you. You mine.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. Davis now to return it. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let them know.
Straight 15. Straight 15.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's 57. 57's Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Big hold to the 30. Able to complete this one to McLeod. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Tighten up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Eagles' 20-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Eagles nothing.
Second and 5 now. Murray caught by the tight end Ertz. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ray McLeod, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
14, Eagles nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. His short throw caught by Goddard. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wentz now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Throwing is Wentz. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike 13. He's coming. Check in.
Murray now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Quincy Williams with a tight coverage there.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
He's coming. Check in. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. They'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Come on, set. Let's go. And watch delay. Check 52.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. Mike 13.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. from the gun on third down, Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Let's go, D. Single, single. I got 11, I got 11. Tight end left, tight end left.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They run with Howard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Here we go, here we go. 280!
Stay with your man.
Here, see it.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Touchdown.
To throw, it's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here we go. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
13. Know your job. Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in. Watch the run, watch the run.
To throw again, Murray. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He's coming, he's coming. Check in. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
To throw on third down, Murray. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll run from the pistol with Howard. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Here we go.
At the 48-yard line.
Go. Team to win. Team. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Stop your whining.
Freeman. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Check in. It's our time.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
No.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll be well short of a first down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. First down, Murray. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27.
You better be afraid of me.
Wentz going to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Kill.
Now Wentz. And he's got Miller. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you, push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
To throw is Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Extra point up and through. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I got you.
Throwing again. Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Third and 2, and here's Murray. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Mike 13. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Cute.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. That's it.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz completes it to Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Working from the gun, Wentz. This is Miller, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 down. 58, right over there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Wentz. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will be out of bounds as the 3rd quarter comes to an end with an INT. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Murray now on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Gets it off to Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Murray now on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss a one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. To throw on second and 10. Murray, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. On second down, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ray McLeod, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals push further out in front. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Here's Matt Wild now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And they'll be set up in great starting field position here as that's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 13, Mike 13. All day, dog. Mike 13, Mike 13. He's got one.
Here's Murray from midfield. And able to find Kirk complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete. It's Miller. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ramirez. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Again, it's Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. They'll find Miller. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 52's the mark. Check.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Wentz to throw again. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now Wentz again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does, is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Howard looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Shotgun now for Wentz. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Eagles 14.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Today's final score, Cardinals.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Arizona, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this loss cost them in the playoffs.